Today, I want to talk about mammies and nursemaids and house servants. Um, yeah, and the fact that there are so many women willing to sacrifice everything for a man, and when they are in the prime of their life, but when men are in the prime of their life, they're not thinking about women at all. So yes, the topic of today is BMs wait until they are old and broke down, and then they search for a nursemaid. Number one, I wanted to talk about Carucci and Deion Sanders, and why is it acceptable for a woman to be a nursemaid to an old man during a woman's good years? But if a man is at his so-called peak, he's supposed to go out and explore his options and do whatever he wants. He's not thinking about settling down and taking care of a woman. Not to mention that when men are married and their spouses get sick, they're way more likely to leave as well. Number two, I wanted to talk about just the fact that, men want you to sacrifice for them and be a caregiver and change bedpans and things and diapers and things of that nature, but they would never do it for a woman. And I think Deion Sanders is the perfect example, because do you really think that if Deion Sanders was 37 years old, like Carucci is, do you think that he would be at a girlfriend's bedside taking care of her and standing by her side as she fought through her health issues? Do you think that? Because I know that Tracy Edmonds, Babyface's ex-wife, was with Deion Sanders as well for 10 years and engaged for 4 of those 10 years and took care of him. Somebody is reporting this live, y'all, but I just got to keep going. And hopefully I'm going to go through and block some more people when I get the time. But hopefully I can keep going, and I'll block whoever it is that's coming. Okay, so as I was saying, just a second here. Um, yes, Tracy Edmonds, Babyface's ex-wife, was with Deion Sanders for 10 years. And yeah. And she took care of him also through his sickness. He was sick with her as well. And what did she get out of that? Nothing. A waste of her entire time. So this is just happening again with allegedly Carucci. And so wanted to talk about that and talk about why, are women doing this? Oh, thanks so much, Lift with Liz. Um, Wanted to talk about this, like, honestly, like, why are women so willing to take care of men in all type of sickness and be their nursemaid and caretaker and all of these things, knowing that if the situation was reversed, that these men would never do it? I really don't understand that. And it happens to women over and over and over and over again. And then when that man takes everything that they have poured into them and dips, then these women are always flabbergasted. So, yeah. But you guys, I'm going to see if I can get some viewers for this. I'm going to see if I can at least get 20 people. If not, I'm going to change the topic, because I actually have another topic too that I wanted to talk about. So let me see. I'll give it like 5 minutes, you guys. And if I don't get it at that time, get at least 20 people in here, then I'll switch my topic. Well, I'll end the live and I'll switch my topic. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna wait you guys to see if I can get to at least like 20 people in here. And if I can't, then I'll end the live and I'll come back. Cause I gotta figure out who reported the live anyway. Like I had blocked some weirdos like a little while ago. And because it was like dudes, it was men, and because I was getting this same error like when I was logging in. It says like right here, your live visibility is restricted because it directs people off the platform, and that I wasn't doing that, but some person would come every time I would do a live and report that. So I feel like whoever it is finally has found out that I hit remove follower for them, and now they're back again doing it. And I don't know who it is, like I said, but it's definitely somebody for sure. Like I don't know who it is though. Let me see. Let me block this person right here. Maybe it's them. Um, I'm gonna block this person right here. Yeah. But anyway, let me go down here to Miss Body Doll.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm newer to TikTok. This is my first time being on live. I did catch the question, but if you don't mind, can you just ask one more time so I can make sure I'm on the right track, please?
Oh, sure, sure. I was just asking, like, why is it more acceptable? Not even more acceptable. Why is it only acceptable for women that could
Mhm.
be in their prime years to be a nursemaid to a man? And not the reverse. Just like with Deion Sanders and allegedly Carucci being by his side and why he's ill and all of that when he's 20 years older than her. But if it was reversed, he would never do the same. If he was 37, he wouldn't be with some 57-year-old woman standing by her while she was ill.
Mhm. Um, Ultimately, I guess it's just because we're conditioned to quote unquote serve. Like, my parents were married, by the way, but when I was growing up, I definitely always was taught like what you're supposed to do for a man. So I think it's just programming. It's just always embedded in women, especially Black women as well. It's like it's almost as if that's how we value ourselves, like if we have a man or not, and what we can do for a man, and also just being manipulated as well by a lot of these guys. It's almost as if that's the only thing that we may think that we have to offer to guys is what we can do for them. And sometimes I've seen that it even can become a competition amongst other women on like how well they treat their men and all these other things. I think some of it may have to do with image, and I think that's what it is.
All right, all right, all right. I appreciate you, Body Doll.
Mm,
I definitely think a lot of it is programmed for sure. Oh, good morning,
mhm,
proud Black woman. I definitely think it is. I do think that it's something that Black women have got to stop doing because at the end of the day, it's not getting them anywhere. That's why I included the picture of Tracy Edmonds up here, Babyface's ex-wife that was with Deion Sanders for 10 years. She was with him for 10 years and engaged to him for 4 out of those 10 years. And she also stood by his side while he was sick. And I think he was battling diabetes, the complications, and
mm,
lost a toe. And she was there, and all of these. I don't know how many toes he lost, but I know he lost some. She was there, and they asked her, why she left, and she just said that she didn't really say too much, but she said she wanted to be treated with respect and treated the right way. And
Ooh. Oh, I'm
so
sorry. I'm sorry.
no,
Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, yeah. So I mean, that should let you know right there that all of her servitude didn't get her anything.
Mhm. Yes, I forgot to say that. I'm happy you pointed that out. I think too, because in return, it's almost as if we're taught that we get the benefits of what we do, like after we prove ourselves, not knowing that we're really already chosen. So it's almost as if we think, okay, if we do all these things for a guy, then we'll have like the fairy tale and all this extra stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I totally get what you're saying for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, I want Black women. I know Karuchi is a biracial woman, but I want Black women and even women in general to stop pouring into men that if they had the opportunity and the circumstances that they would never do the same. And I hate seeing women taken advantage of. And whether these women are aware that they're being taken advantage of or not, they're definitely being taken advantage of. Deion Sanders is definitely taking advantage of these women. And, I find it to be disgusting. I really do. And it would be different if, you're in a marriage and y'all in a relationship and y'all love each other and, you guys are supporting and uplifting each other. But I don't believe that that's Deion Sanders' situation, which is the reason why he didn't marry these women. That he just has them around, and then once he feels a little better, then for some reason these women don't seem to be around anymore. I always question the man that's 57 anyway that is interested in a woman that is 20 years, younger. That's already suspicious in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be with a long term either, proud black woman at all. I don't believe that he will. And I just believe that right now, he's in a bad situation of needing support. And, a lot of men want women around, because women are very nurturing and things of that nature and supportive. And so he wants the comfort of a woman around now. But it's strictly for his own ends. Period. It's definitely not for hers. That's for sure. But I feel like Karuchi being 37, she should be smart enough to know better. But clearly she's not. I think anybody that could see a man that is 57, that the previous woman he was with, he wasted 10 years of her life and time. Why would you want to ever get with a man like that? Because even at that time when he did that, you know what I'm saying? He was in because they broke up in 2023. So he was in his 50s. So it's like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You're in your 50s, player. You know? And that's what I mean. Like, they want women to say that they're supposed to be entertaining these men in their like 18, 19, 20s, all of that, and give it all up to be with some old geriatric dude like Deion Sanders with health issues. And you know, but they would never do that same thing. I just find it to be so crazy. Like, I don't know. It's very weird to me, you know? And I thought Karushi had, like, I know she's not broke. I know I've seen her in, like TV shows and things of that nature. So I'm not understanding why she feels like she has to do that for the money. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But I get what y'all saying. I don't know. I didn't look up Deion Sanders' net worth. I'll have to do that to see how much he's able to trick on her. Okay. I was about to ask OD if she had something to say. Maybe she requested by mistake. Hey, proud black woman.
Hey everybody. Real quick. I don't know if you guys remember. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe. No, I got the wrong one. I'm sorry. Y'all, do y'all ever get Karuchi mixed up with April, the other Asian and black girl? Do y'all I'm sorry, I'm talking about the wrong one. April is the one that dated
Yeah, Omarion.
yeah, I got them mixed up for a minute. You remember when April, because she's also Asian and black, and she was complaining about how niggas don't want to take her on dates. Do y'all remember that video that she was doing? So I feel like it's a good point because we often think that these dudes will really do for these women because they're mixed race. And she made the point like dudes didn't want to take her out on dates. Do y'all remember she did that live and went live and said all that? So I feel like with Karuchi, I feel like I feel like Karuchi probably isn't getting the attention. I don't feel like it's all about the money, y'all. I don't. I feel like she's probably not getting the men that she wanted. And so it's kind of like, well, let me just stand by the side of an older man who has money, but also will be more likely to stick by my side since I can't really find a man that's closer to my age that wants to. I really feel like that's part of what it is, personally.
Okay. I mean, it could be, and it definitely totally could be. Let's see. I think Body Doll said that she wanted to say something too. Go ahead, Body Doll.
Hey, okay. So yeah, I want to just offer a different perspective about the question. So My mom's dad is actually white, so I have a lot of those women in my family, and I will say, like, a lot of them do date and marry black men. But something that I've noticed a difference between us is that, first of all, a lot of white tea women are really not nurturing at all. In fact, I think it's the complete opposite. And from what I've seen, they just treat this like a lot more transactional. Like, you know how you were saying that we do all these things for a guy and we have to be just deprogrammed and everything, and how we don't get anything in return. The difference between how we operate with men and how they operate, from what I've seen, is that they only do that if they're getting something, and it seems as if we do that to get something, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, like those women really are not nurturing at all. In fact, they're kind of like the witches of the relationship. It's almost as if the guy is doing for them. And yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Okay, so Body Doll, when you said
Mhm.
that we do it to get something, do you mean like women do it to get like love and affection from these men?
Yeah, I do think that. And then on the flip side, I oftentimes see like a lot of us brown girls will be with the guy for years, just waiting for him to get right, or waiting for him to like do the things that we think that he can do. But with those white tea women, that's typically not how it goes. They're very, very transactional. So you know how a lot of black guys will say, like, other races or women really like us and they worship us. That's not true. That's not true at all. And I think I'm qualified to speak on it because I have so many of them in my family. Because again, my mom's dad is white. That's not true at all. They just look at them for like as a transaction, you know. But and we look at them like as we want to be loved and everything, for obvious reasons, including our upbringing. But I think we may need to start looking at things as transactional as well, because that's how they look at us, transactional.
Okay, 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 okay. I got you. I got you. Let me see. The proud black woman, did you have anything to say? Oh yeah, and you know what? I did want to tell y'all that I did look it up. So Deion Sanders is worth $60 million, and Carucci is worth 2 million according to Google, celebrity net worth. So I mean, like I said, she ain't broke. She ain't got to do this. But go ahead, proud black woman.
Oh, no, I was just I body doll. She on it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, I know you had asked earlier, and I had just joined the live because I just started work. So you had said something like they wouldn't do it if it's the other way around. So you mean like if it was an older woman and a younger man? Is that what you meant when you
Yeah,
was?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think they would do it even if they were the same age either, to be honest with you. But definitely not if she was an older woman, unless he was getting like, it's like some men that would probably might do it for the money. But I even think there would be most black men wouldn't even be willing to do it for that.
I know, as far as like sticking by a woman who is going through health problems, is that what we mean when we say?
Yeah, I was thinking sticking by health problems, but I mean, it could even be more than that too. But definitely the health problems for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know. Like, no, you're right. I don't know why we, though, as women, you know what just came to me? I think it's because we feel like they're, I honestly, okay, this is the only thing that makes sense to me. I think the reason why women, we are so much more willing to do that, and I say we loosely because I ain't doing it, but most women will, is because we feel like the man ain't going nowhere. So it's kind of like we I think a lot of women tell themselves, well, he'll stay with me because he has no choice. And so that means I'll have a man. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me. It's like why do y'all be so ready? Like Karuchi, and I am not one to big up biracial women who have non-black mothers at all. But I'm not gonna lie, Karuchi's a pretty girl. So it's like, baby girl, it's so many other men around your age who have more stamina. I'm sure their penis is working a little bit better. Like, why in God's name are you sitting on live crying behind this man? It just all seems just fake to me. I don't know. It's just something about it just does not seem. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I don't know. Something in the milk not clean. I don't know. And you know what? I never even got the vibe from Deion Sanders that he was even a good person. So I don't even understand what these women even see in him in the first place. Like I don't know. I just don't even see it. Like I don't see it. And I like as far as Karuchi go, it's just like I feel like she got some of the worst taste in men of all time. Like her taste in men is pretty bad. And I feel like for you to, you know, because you clearly don't care about who you're choosing to let have access to you. So it's just like you couldn't have secured somebody beforehand since you clearly not picky. Like you were, I don't know. It'd be
Yeah.
different if she had standards. Then I would understand why she was, not married or anything. But if you don't have standards and who you choosing, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yep. Exactly.
Like it's very strange. Like I don't know. I just feel like I said, I understand that 2 million is not like 60 million. I understand that. But $2 million, a net worth, and I'm sure she's working and you're having other money and things like that. That's not poor. You don't have to do what you're doing. Why are you doing it? Like, I just know for me personally, I can't see myself being with a man that is peeing on himself and he's not a man that I have been locked in with for a long time, and he's already proven himself to be, you know what I'm saying, a good person, a good man to me. I'm not just getting no old dude and he just got all these problems and I'm about to stick beside him. Like, yeah, no, no.
Neither.
Mm-mm. That's what I'm not finna be doing all that. I'm not finna be helping you change your diapers and all of those things. And we ain't even locked in like that. I've been talking to you for like rumored to been talking to you for like a year. Like, yeah, no, that's just goofy behavior.
It
In my
is.
opinion, that's just goofy. Now it'd be different, you got people that's been together, they've been together 10, 15, 20 years, and then their partner, they husband or wife gets sick. That's different. Of course you stay down and you help in that time as long as they've been treating you the way they should. But some just old Negro, like nah.
Agreed. Agreed.
I just couldn't do it. Especially like I said, he don't have any loyalty, man. He really doesn't. Like I said, to have a woman like Tracy Edmonds, who is a very beautiful woman, that had her own money, her own situation, so it's not like she needed him for anything. For her to stand by you while you were ill and support you and all of that, and then you still also do her dirty, that means you can't be trusted. Like any woman putting her faith in you at all is stupid. Like, period. Like, I don't know. I would have told him, like, okay, well, you're ill. Well, holla at me when you get all that taken care of. See you later. Bye. Because if you think I'm finna be here, you tripping. Hey, Wakanda, did you have something to say, sis? Well, let me see. Make sure I said her name. Wakanda Life. Let me see if I can send you a request to turn your mic on. You there, Wakanda, or did you request by accident? Because sometimes that happens to people. You can go ahead if you have something to say,
Hello.
sis. Hey,
Hi, how are you?
pretty good.
Well, I've been loving the things you've been putting up on YouTube. I see you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, please, guys, follow her on YouTube. Like, you will not stop laughing. Like, the one that stood out for me was when you said our brother in Christ was held at P point.
Oh,
The
oh
way,
yeah. I said Shannon Sharp got robbed by Pussy Point. He did. He did.
listen, yeah, the way I burst out laughing on the street, tears came down my eyes. People must have thought I was mad. I was like, no, she didn't. And that is now locked into the bank of clapbacks.
I'm telling you, he's a big goofy. Like honestly, I have no respect for Shannon Sharp at all.
Oh,
Me
please.
either.
Oh, please. You know, one of the things, when I saw the thing with the Karuchi thing, I saw it on the shade room, and then I saw the subsequent comments that followed. And I just thought to myself, Auntie, which kind love be this? Eh? is this your what? The knight in shining low self-esteem? Because you're gonna come now. It's not love you're seeing. You're seeing you're a carer. Depends. She's someone he can depends on. Because why, oh why, in your prime, you're now gonna be smelling urine, wee wee, everywhere. You'll be helping him to moisturize his ashy 7.5 toes. You know, like what what is what's the world coming to? Where, you know, as we say in Africa, where is her father? Because how are you over here openly shedding tears, wasting valuable water and mineral through your eyeballs, crying for somebody like this? No bladder. And you know, once they start taking off pieces of your intestine, it's just a slow countdown until someone is scraping your caca off of the bed, leaking. You'll be wearing pads your whole life. And let's be very for real, when it comes to urinary tracts and all of this stuff, as men age, that is an area where it can interact and affect their um, prostate. I'm just thinking of bedroom activities. It's going to be a very frustrating journey. And I don't understand why she would volunteer as the knight in shining low self esteem to become his carer, because that is what you're going to become, a carer, because it's only going to go downhill from there. Or maybe he might go and or go on the black market and buy a bladder. I don't know if that's possible. Can they do that?
I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure.
Well, with the right price, maybe you might fly to Haiti or Africa and go and buy a bladder on the black market. Because what is this?
Shoot. Stop it.
Auntie,
Stop it.
will she go and collect her dignity from the basement toilet of hell and have some self-respect?
You know what? I totally agree. I mean, I really do. I don't know what's wrong with her, man. I just like I said, I saw it too. And I was flabbergasted. Like, what are you doing?
But it reminds me of your when you made a video about black women you should stop being rehab centers for damaged men. This is like prime example. It's like at this point, you're just a prophetess because the way you put out a video and then a few days or weeks later, boom, one media sensation that literally backs up everything you say. She's too young for this sort of like a lot of people, a lot of us need to understand what we're witnessing here. Just because a woman is beautiful and has money or access does not mean she's a whole person. And I think this is a prime example because every time I hear this woman's name, she's always attached to a narcissistic, emotionally unavailable, overgrown baby.
Oh, wow. She's right. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you are
No, cut
absolutely
me.
right. Wakanda, you're absolutely right.
True.
I want y'all to pay attention to that because think about it. Karuchi is and this matters. It does. Karuchi is half black, half Asian. So that means where's her black daddy at? We've talked a lot about how a lot of these biracial women have black fathers who are not in their lives. And if y'all notice, a lot of these biracial women, April was another one. There's another one that was complaining about the same thing that's half Asian. Their black fathers weren't in their lives. And what happens is oh, that's a Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner
Yes.
is the other one.
Yes.
And what happens, there's a pattern, Wakanda, where because their black daddies were not in their lives, they spend their life chasing black men.
Hmm.
I need y'all to understand that's where that comes from. It's like my black daddy wasn't there, so now I gotta. They want so badly to be loved by a black man because they didn't have that. It's no different from us as monoracial black women who grew up without our black dads.
I
You
think
know,
it's worse.
you see what I'm saying? But I do, and I think it is worse for them because they are biracial. So it's kind of like they grew up with their mom who wasn't black. So it's like they only knew their Asian side because they sorry daddy wasn't around. So they want so badly for a black man to love them, and they'll take anything. And that's just something I've noticed. I think that's part of why she's putting herself in this situation.
I want to throw in another dynamic because I work with substance abuse users and things, sorry, substance abusers. And what I have noticed a correlation consistently is a lot of them, um, and this is across all age groups, a lot of them end up unfortunately addicted to substances. And what I find when I speak to um, the women, wait, let me lay a foundation. What I've found is mixed race boys are coddled by their whitey mothers, but the mums resent the girls, because what I've seen is through the men, European women can participate in patriarchy through their biracial sons, but the daughters don't allow them that kind of access. So I find a lot of the time there's a jealousy that runs, because a lot of biracial women are usually quite pretty. They have the best of both worlds in terms of features and looks. And I find that their mothers, the relationship with their mothers is always strained. There's always a strange narcissistic dynamic. The boys are treated like princes no matter what they do. So there's also,
Sorry, I
we're
had
not
to mute myself.
celebrated.
I think you're breaking up, Wakanda.
Can you still hear me? Can you
I
still hear
can
me?
hear you. I can hear you right now, but you were breaking up on the last few things that you
Sorry.
said.
I said in regards to when it comes to mixed women, their mothers tend not to appreciate them as much. I find there's usually a competition or a jealousy in the fact that they have the best of both worlds in terms of features and looks. Um, and the boys, the mixed boys, get treated like princes by their mothers, but the women don't get to enjoy the same benefits. And a lot of mixed people that I speak to, they say that their relationship with their mums are quite strained. It's definitely a pattern, and I think it's partly to do with, if you are a WW, you can participate in patriarchy through your mixed son, who again enjoys the best of both worlds. But with the daughters, there's not really added benefit, and I find it's usually a strained dynamic where the mum tends to be jealous of the daughter, or does not offer the same level of support as she does the son. The sons get treated like princes. They can do no wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree, and I've heard that as well.
And then
Um,
the
yeah.
last thing that I said was, because Karuchi is half Asian, in that community they make it very clear they don't like us. So you can imagine her without her dad being there to validate her blackness, being left in the community of her mother's side, which is not welcoming to us. So I think there's a self-esteem issue as well, because dads tend to instill confidence and self-esteem in children. And if in this dynamic, because she's mixed and she's from a background where they don't like us, right? They don't even like anyone, let's be frank. They like themselves. I don't think her blackness was properly affirmed as a child. And I think her entering into our community, especially through the social media lens and celebrity, she's literally like the mop and bucket for these damaged men. The first time I heard of her was through Chris Brown, and what was happening there? He was taking the piss out of your whole life in public.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I somebody in the comments mentioned they were talking about white tea women, and how they have they racially abused their mixed children. I think we all have heard those stories a million different times. Like, I know I have. I've seen a whole bunch of biracial women come up and talk about how they've been mistreated. I actually, if just now we're talking about like Blasian people, I've also there's plenty of stories of them as well here on TikTok where they talk about being abused by their Asian side. So, I mean, all of these things that y'all are saying are definitely true. I just hope that we can get it out somehow to where more and more women, including biracial women, will understand that giving your all to a black man is, first of all, that the way it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. And definitely giving your all to a black man that is 20 years old that's had his fair share of women that he has met that have supported him and loved on him. You thinking you're going to be the exception, in fixing that or getting better treatment than all of these other women that he's had come in contact with is a fool's errand. It's not going to happen. It really isn't. And I think sometimes women, we think that we're the one that's going to make the change and we're better than all these other women when it's never you, it's the quality of the man that you're talking to. It's not you, it's them. Period. So you can't change a man and make him a good man. It's not you, what you do, how you put it on, or what you look like, how big your booty is, how flat your stomach is. It's none of that. It is actually, you know, what type of person and quality he is. And I say this all the time, but the best way to, you know, find out a man's future behavior is to view his past behavior. That's the best way you're going to know how he's going to treat you moving forward is to look at how he's treated other women previously. And Deion Sanders has used black women previously to his own ends. And when things were done serving him, he was gone. So I have no idea why anybody would engage with a man that has a very poor track record of loyalty and also of repaying the loyalty or grace that was shown him. Like that's just to me is crazy thing to do. Honestly. But like I said, I guess it's up to Carucci to find that out. Up to her to find that out. I will say that um after Chris Brown, or after I think she was with another dude. I think he played football, if I'm not mistaken. She was with him for several years as well. I think after being in these different relationships with these men that have just spent all of these years with you and wasted your time and sapped your youth and like really energy vampired you. I think what is it? There's the succubus is for women that suck the energy from men. I think what is the opposite? I think it's incubus. Is incubus the male version? I
Yes,
think.
it is. Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like there's nothing but these men that she's attracting are nothing but incubuses. And that's something that she also needs to um maybe unpack or get some therapy on as to why she keeps choosing these type of men. Cause honestly, there's just in no way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't care how much money you got, because like I said before, Carucci is not broke. She's not homeless. She's not poor. So why are you sitting beside this almost 60-year-old man's bedside, being a 37-year-old woman? Like, that's literally nuts. Like,
She's giving benefits that a woman that's been married to a man for 30 years would be giving. Bedside manner. Are you a nurse? Did you do nursing degree? Like she's proper. Like I used to be a carer and a home help. The services she's offering to this man for free is worth $30 an hour. I don't understand what qualified him to deserve so much care, attention, attentiveness, support, emotional support. I'm sure she's doing other stuff that we're not aware of. Like that is a lot to give for a girlfriend. When did girlfriend trump wife?
exactly, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. I said this is the type of treatment that she's giving him is the type of treatment a man should receive if he's been married to a woman for 10, 20, 30 years. Then he's already proven himself to be a good man, a good husband, treated this woman well. There's no way that he should be receiving this type of treatment from her. He hasn't put in the time. He hasn't put in he hasn't poured into her or even been proven to be worthy of this type of treatment. Yes, and just like somebody said in the comments, Lift with Liz said, if she was in his position, he would have another woman on the go in 2 business days. She would have been replaced with the next woman ASAP. Ain't no way in the world he would have been right there. You have something to say, Wakanda?
Yeah, facts. And I want to throw in another part of this. The fact that there's people going, oh, but she found love and as someone that has worked in healthcare, no one's quick to drop you like a damaged, rotten potato than a man that hears that his wife is sick. There's a lot. If you go and look at the data, I can't get the exact statistics, but it's quite reasonably high. Women are more likely to be divorced once they find out they have a terminal illness or a serious long-term illness. You're out here volunteering as carer slash nurse because what he said hi to you and replied a couple of messages. I don't think he was taking her out too tough because, I don't know how we can limp on his 6.5 toes. It's going to keep going down throughout this live, guys. By the end of this live, he'll have one toe. I don't understand how he's earned this much attention and this much of your emotional availability. And I think it really does speak to there's a serious deficit in her self-esteem. And what annoys me is a lot of younger women will see this and see the position that she's in society and think, yeah, this is what we do. And this is why, again, a lot of us get burnt out because you're wasting and expending energy in the wrong directions. Imagine if Karuchi focused all this pick me behavior into a platform that supported women, supported communities, or even if she was selling lashes, she'd be rich. Sorry, she'd be richer. It's not a good model for her. And in the end, ladies, your associations with the different men that you date, especially on such a public profile like hers, will shape whether or not people want to do business with you. He's had a track record of being an abusive person. Let's be honest, a lot of them, because I see this a lot I'm Nigerian, I see this a lot in the Nigerian communities. The man will have a child on you, cheat on you for years, abuse you, and then when his kidney, liver, bladder, his blockers, how do I say it in English, his prick packs up, then he'll suddenly say, oh, I want to be a husband again. I want to fight for my marriage. No, he's fighting for his hospice nurse, which is you. And then where I'm from, they'll say, oh, we have to forgive. What would Jesus do? All this rubbish. And then you'll let people around you convince you that, yeah, you should. No, you shouldn't. Respect is earned. Support, love, and care is earned. Men are not like women where they have intrinsic value. You have to earn all of those qualities. But a lot of you've cast your pearls before swine.
I definitely agree with what you said for sure. I don't even have any thing to add to it. Let me go down here to Body. Did you have something to say, sis?
Yeah, I can touch on that. So, I actually love what Miss Wakanda was saying, but I was thinking, just thinking about Karuchi. I do like her. I think she's a really sweet person, just from what I've seen. I don't think like she's the type to be like, just extremely messy and everything. But ultimately, I think she just suffers from what a lot of biracial people suffer from, and what a lot of just really attractive women suffer from in life. So like I was saying, my mom is biracial, and just thinking about her situation, what she went through with my dad. My dad is black, but it's like my dad would definitely uplift her all the time, like for her features, like her skin tone, her hair, her eye color, and everything. But ultimately, she still was done in the worst way. Because I have brothers and sisters I don't even know about, because my dad was just such a whore, right? So it's like oftentimes, a lot of guys, they will uplift us. And I experienced this in my life as well, because I look exactly like my mom. Like I have, light brown eyes, curly hair, everything. And a lot of guys will uplift that. I think it's really cringy, but it's like they will praise us for that, just to treat us well in the beginning, and then it just goes downhill. And from what I've been told from a lot of these guys, is like a lot of them just really want to humble women, and ultimately that's why I think so many how people would say like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, I don't know how did she get with that type of guy. And it's because initially it's really, really good, and we think that we're, we feel loved, we feel all these different things. But a lot of these guys really want to humble you, and they really want to make you feel insecure and just project their insecurities on you. And I think that's what happened to Karuchi, because she's clearly a beautiful woman, but ultimately I think she's just a victim of what a lot of pretty women actually experience. Oftentimes people think that if you're an attractive woman, that you just have all these different options and you just have a certain life, and that's totally not true. That's not true at all. we actually get done in a really horrible way very often. And I think, just guys, they really just want to humble us. Sometimes they don't think that they're even worthy of being with such type of woman. So they would try to drag us down. And I think I've experienced that with almost every man I've been with. I'm at the point, I'm not even interested in men at all. Like, I'm not gay, but I'm not interested in men like whatsoever because of how they act and just how they have always seemed to just drag a pretty woman down, you know. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, all right, all right. I got you, body. All right, let me go up here to Proud Black Woman. You have something to say, sis?
Yeah. Body, she hit it right on the nail. And I honestly feel like most like light skinned and biracial women need to hear that because, and I don't really care about women outside the race because, they date black men because they automatically think they're better than black women to begin with. But with her saying, she mentioned how black men, well, I don't know, men, I don't know what type of men you dated, body, but a lot of these men try to humble you because just based off of you being pretty or feeling like because you're mixed race or lighter, um, is very, very true. And I think it's with the mindset that comes, with the men in our community anyway, because a lot of them just don't like who they are. They don't like their dark skin. So having a pretty woman next to them, giving them attention is an ego boost. But at the end of the day, they don't like themselves. So it's kind of like if you don't like who you are, you can't possibly truly care for somebody else. And I think we're seeing that when we look around in the relationships and what we're going through as women. People they tend to think because someone puts you on a pedestal that they're automatically going to treat you better. Getting put on a pedestal does not mean you're going to be treated better. It just means you're going to get chosen first. That's all that means. I really need people to understand that. It's like when the blonde haired white woman comes into the all black club, right? She's going to get chosen first, just simply based off of the fact that she doesn't look like anybody else in there. And most black men already know why she's in there in the first place. They know why she's there. She knows why she's there. That does not mean that those black men are going to all of a sudden put her on a pedestal and treat her great. It's just she's going to be told she's going to get the first dance. She's going to be the girl that they're going to twirl around and do that in black women's faces. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen this. You've been in all black clubs and there's the one white girl in there dancing with 6 different black dudes. They're all taking turns with her. So now she feels like she's the queen bee in an all black establishment. All for those same black men. Let's be very clear because I've been in this situation and I've seen this happen with my own eyes. All for those same black men to take her to the car and get some head in the back seat. Now, if that's what you think is better, like if that's what you think getting treated better is, you can have that. You can have that. That's not getting treated better. They wanted some head and they knew where to go to get it the quickest. So, and I've seen that. I've been around. Trigger knows this. I've dated outside my race, so I've been around white women who date black men, and I've seen them do this. Like I've seen 2:00 comes, the club ends at 2. The black dude comes up to the white girl standing next to you because he just wants to hit, and he understands who's gonna do it the quickest. So I didn't have white girls hand me their car keys and tell me, hey, go ahead and take the car and just go ahead and go to the house. I'll be there shortly. Like I've experienced this in my 20s. I've seen that. Like they will give a black man head in the backseat of the car, give you the keys so you can go to their house. Cause I was spending the night at her house, do what they got to do. And then have a black man drop her off. So I've seen that. So that is what I mean when I say just because you're getting chosen first doesn't mean you're actually going to get treated better. Because at the end of the day, these dudes don't have respect for women. So they're not going to treat anybody better. They're just going to pick who they think is the prettiest and use her for what they can get. And that's the part that I be trying to get black women to understand. Like they be so hurt. Oh, I don't understand why black men are choosing these mixed race and light skinned women just to dog them out. What are you jealous for? They're choosing them so they can dog them out. Be happy it's not you. I hate to say it that way.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to agree with Miss Proud Black Woman was saying because That is so true. And the white side of my family, no shade to them, no shade. But my cousins, the girls, they are the easiest women I have ever seen in my life. Like it's actually super embarrassing. And I was thinking too, like my mom embodies like the stereotype, like the pretty light skin, pretty eye, pretty hair. But it's like, what's the point if you're just gonna be done even worse? Because my dad literally dragged my mom through the mud, and he's remarried now. I think it's his 15th year with his new wife, and she's a darker skinned woman. He's been with her for 15 years. No outside babies on her, but he had outside babies with my mom. Like he was going upside my mom's head. He doesn't do that to his new wife. So it's like I don't understand. Like when I be telling people, it's really not all what it seems over here. Like a lot of guys just fetishize us. Like Miss Proud Black Woman said initially. Like we may be eye catching initially, but it's not the same. It's really not that what people think it is. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with y'all. I think, that's why I don't listen to black men when they talk about how if they had they know how to list black women doing something wrong. Like, how they'll tell you like, oh, these other races of women, they're so much nicer, they're so much better, they treat us better. I always knew that was like, because it's like if they treat you so much better and they have so much more value, then why don't you treat them as such? Why don't you treat them like they have value? Why are you making them single mothers too? Why are you harming them too? Why are you unaliving them too? Sometimes treating them even worse than you treat black women if they had, so much value in your eyes. Not saying that these women don't have value, they do, but I'm saying they don't have value in black men's eyes the same way they don't have value in the same way black women don't have value. If that's what I'm saying. The same, these women don't have the value in their eyes either, because if they did, the treatment would be different. And I really feel like most of the time, black men are just trying to figure out who they can get the most out of without pouring anything into. And, really, when you think about that, it's disgusting. But I think that they feel like, and there are still a lot of women that believe the BS that black men say because it comes out of their mouth that they are more valuable. They believe that. And that to me is crazy, but it definitely happens a lot. There are a lot of women that are, biracial, that believe the lies that black men tell, but you should never believe what they say. You have to believe their actions and what they show. And their actions do not show that they value us or them, you know? But it is what it is. Like I said, I didn't really have too much deeply to talk about Karuchi, to be honest with y'all. I got another topic too that I wanted to do, but I didn't have too much to talk about this. I just hope that any woman that is young, please spend your time enjoying your life in your 20s and your 30s. Enjoy your life. Enjoy whatever it is that you want to do, whether you want to have a career or whether you want to be an entrepreneur. Don't have any children with these men, and definitely don't be entertaining any old, over the hill geriatric men, that are now midlife or at the end of life, that want to come over there and sap your youth and energy and use it to sustain themselves. Because when they was young, they wouldn't think about doing none of that. They was thinking about running through as many women as possible. So why would you give them a grace that they never ever would give you or any woman? Like, they're not deserving of that. They're not. They're not deserving of it at all. What they're deserving is to sit there in that hospital room by themselves. That's what they deserve. They deserve to reap the consequences of their actions. Good morning, Coach D. They deserve to reap that. All of the women that they left behind, all of the women that were so nice to them, all of the women that poured into them, all of the women that gave them their bodies and they dipped on them, they deserve to sit there in all of that and not have somebody to be there. But it's so unfortunate because, you know, it doesn't matter how bad a track record a man has, there's always a goofy woman to over around that will overlook it and pretend that this man somehow either has changed or it was the women's fault or she can change him. And so a lot of these men escape accountability. They escape the consequences of their actions because there are so many goofy women willing to sit there and ignore it all. And you know, I really wish that women would more often treat, you know, men the way that men treat women, because you know, you think about like a woman that has done X work or a woman that has done corn. Like, men put a black stain on that woman forever because of her past actions. Even if she hasn't did it for 5, 10 years, but she doesn't do it anymore, men still judge her for what she's done previously. But for some reason, there's so many women that have amnesia when it comes to the things that men do. And I don't believe that. I say this, I believe men should be shamed for everything. Anything that men attempt to shame women for, I believe men should be shamed for body count. Like, you should ask. I believe that
I
body
support
count
this
does not
message.
matter for women at all. Now, I'm gonna say that, I'm preface it by saying I don't believe the body count matters for women. I do, however, believe that body count matters for men, and it gives you a picture to what type of person they are, because men generally cannot get a lot of women to sleep with them. That not as many as a woman could if she wanted. So if a man has a whole lot of women, it's already letting you know that he's trash. But I just think that women, for it's so many things that men are excused for, that I don't believe that they should be. And men let you know every day that they will never freaking excuse you for nothing. They're not going to excuse you for being ill, sick. They're not going to excuse you for having a baby. Not going to excuse you if they feel like you don't have the body type that they like. They're not going to excuse you for previous decisions that they feel that you made that was quote unquote wrong in the eyes of the male demographic. None of that. But for some reason, women still keep giving men this crazy amount of grace. And I really don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. And that's why I say all the time that men shouldn't give men grace. You should never in your life give men grace. Period. I don't think so. Did any of you ladies have anything to say?
Yes, I support this message. I support this message. These men come like the credit bureau. The moment you do, it's on your record. It is on it. You know, I don't know what you call it in America, but we have the what we call non-disclosure, the CRB, Criminal Records Bureau, where they run everything that's ever been on your record. And I think women need to move like the CRB office and keep track of everything. And every time they apply for a new job, aka to be with you need to go and ask for a CRB check. And you need to hold what is on that record against them. I absolutely agree. I don't know why there's endless grace. I don't understand. And a lot of the time, I keep saying this, our emotions. But you know, he could have had a hard life. It's not easy being a black man. You've always got all these excuses and all these whataboutisms. No, we're gonna hold it to the gold standard. But a lot of women, you run off the fiat. You're giving fiat currency to men, just printing endless notes of grace. And I don't understand, because if you try half of that, tell any guy that you was involved in X work, or you was once in a movie, or you do streaming, or your access denied. No, wait, that's not true. They'll still use you. They will still use you, but they will never take you seriously. You could give that. Like, I've seen stories in like the African blogs where women have given men kidneys, just for the man to leave them and go and be with who he wants to be with. I've had in-laws pressuring women to give their kidneys to a man that they're not even yet wed to. Where I don't. You know what? Let me be quiet, because I need to. I'm flabbergasted at the thought. Sorry, let me just be quiet. I'm working myself up here.
I definitely think that you spoke facts, Wakanda. Actually, I'm thinking about it's two comedians right now that I know that did that. If I'm not mistaken, George Lopez, he got a kidney and dipped on his wife and was cheating on her. And also the black comedian that was on Martin, that did the, you know, he would always bruh, not bruh man, but the guy that always had the different stuff for Martin, like the different like he was like, hey, I got this for you, I can get this for you for cheaper. Tracy Morgan, yes, Tracy
Hey,
Morgan, man,
oh
he
my
did the
God,
same thing.
are
That's
you
two of them
serious?
right there.
And they're not even good looking. Hey,
Yeah, that's two of them right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, bro. Like, if I gave you a part of my body that I didn't have to, I went through a risky surgery. Now I only got one. So what if one of mine goes on the fritz? Now I'm out of it. And for you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Hustle, man. Yeah,
I'm
y'all.
gonna
I
need my
couldn't.
listen. Say, I'm gonna need my shit back. Run it back because what? No, no. You know what? You've just pissed me. I'm pissed off now. What kind of life is this pissed off? Let me just say something. What pisses me off is at this age now. I'm at my in my late 30s. What I've noticed is, have you seen how broke down and popped down a lot of these men look? You live a lifestyle where you sling your sausage all over the gaff. Then your lifestyle of smoking backwoods and drinking and all this stuff. Now your body's starting to pack up. Prostate looks like a grapefruit. Can't even get it up no more. Kidneys is begging for Jesus to come and anoint it. You got high blood pressure, swollen glands, liver function is down. Like, and then suddenly like, oh, I'm looking for, let me use Nigerian men as a, I'm looking for a God fearing woman. Uncle, where was the fear of God, eh? When you was sleeping with everything breathing, huh? Where was the fear of God when you was popping bottles in the club, running down your kidneys and liver and your heart? Let's not even go there with the heart. A lot of them, they'll get to, by the time they're in their late 30s, 40s, they've got diabetes, high blood pressure, cataracts, all this stuff. The car is falling apart, mate. And then now is when you decide you want a God fearing, honest woman. And there's always one mumu, there's always one silly woman ready to volunteer, coming in from the land of Pygnesia to come and volunteer her bedside manner and her caring, home care services. For what? Me, what I've started doing now is I ask indirectly questions where I want to know if you're healthy. If you do not look as good as me, if you're not in shape as me, if you're not healthy, I don't want you. Because you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to waste the years when I could be having the best ex of my life with someone that they're like, oh, hold on, baby. Let me just wait for the Viagra to kick in. Are you mad? My friend, get out.
You had something to say, proud black woman. All right, Wakanda.
Oh my God, y'all! I almost forgot. I don't know. I'm so sorry. That was so hilarious. Oh man, I just, I don't know. I agree with everything, y'all. I love it. I love it.
All right, all right, all right. Let me go down here to Supervillain. Go ahead, Supervillain. Hey, good morning, sis.
Hey, Drake. Hello, panel. Those in the comments. What's up? What's up? I had came up here to back up Wakanda. Actually, it was so funny. But I'll speak to the prompt as well. When it comes to the kidney donation, I'm also Nigerian Wakanda. I'm 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 from the Igbo tribe, and I've seen this a lot of the time. I know y'all think it's probably something rare that happens, but it actually occurs often. When I'm talking about these pick me women are giving their life for these dusty men, they are actually giving away. If these women could pump these dudes' blood with their own blood vessels, they would do it. That's the extent of the pick meism that we have been experiencing, particularly in my culture. So yes, kidney. If they could do more than give a kidney, they would do. If they could donate half their brain, they would get a lobotomy and give it to these men. And that is the problem. I often say I don't even be mad at these men because I already know that these men are degenerate. We know all this information. We sit on panels. We talk every day. We communicate information, and we're still making terrible choices as women. That's where I get frustrated. That's why a lot of times I had to back away from spaces because I'm really getting upset with women knowing this information and still making the wrong choices. It's a difference when you make a mistake and you did not know, but we know now. We have way too many hubs where we're exchanging information and we know. They literally developed a T app. I haven't been on it, but I heard about it to inform each other. And guess what? we're still going to make the same choices. And that's what, excuse me, particularly makes me upset. So I just think having more of these conversations, and I think we did this the other day, Trig, when we're speaking about red flags and pointing them out and telling each other why we are dumb for making choices. We need to do that. We don't do that enough. We can talk about the dumb shit that we experience with men, but we do not hold each other accountable enough. And that's going to be the key, because if you think men are going to change, they won't. I come to that conclusion a long time ago. It's women's behavior. It's how we navigate these men that's going to need to change. And I'm not saying men aren't necessary. You know me, I've been celibate the last 15 years, so I know how to do this without men. But if you are going to deal with men, I think my girl T Scorpio is in the room. She holds lies where she tells you, make it beneficial. If you're going to be in marriages, make it advantageous for yourself. Don't be the one donating the kidney. Be the one receiving the kidney in the marriage. And that's all I just wanted to throw out there, because, again, I don't expect women to live like me, right? But I do want women to be happy, and if being in company with men makes you happy, I don't know why, then so be it. But make it advantageous. Don't be the one giving the kidneys. For the old man thing, I'm gonna tell you this. Now I always make the joke that my retirement plan is getting with an old white man with some money, right? I do not, again, I do not push that for younger women. I'm 35. I think I'm about to do this when I'm maybe 45 or 50. I'm trying to get somebody in their 80s or 90s on their way out. I'm sorry, excuse me, I'll have a cold. I know y'all don't, listen, I was a nurse since I was 23. I have about 5 years of nursing left in me, but I'm going to be with a rich man anyway who has a touch of memory loss and ED. So I really don't have to do much. I'm just going to hire a home health aide. But I can't say I'm not against marrying the old rich man, but you got to do it when you're older, not when you're young and you're supposed to be experiencing life and, doing your thing. Do it around 45, 50 if you find yourself not married or anything like that in that situation. That's my personal situation. So I just had to throw that out there. And I'm going to yield because, Wakanda, you have me cracking up. That's an instant follow. Yeah, I think I'm going to yield there. Thank you, Trey.
All right, no problem, super villain. Miss Coach T. Hey, good morning, Coach T. I'm gonna get to you real quick, Coach T, but let me get to Miss Body first because she wanted to say something before she goes. Go ahead, Body.
Okay, yeah, I just want to say something really quick. I love what Miss Supervillain said. I just wanted to say too that ultimately, I think the issue is a lot of times people would just say like women are just so emotional. I personally do not think we're emotional. I think we just have a lot of empathy and sympathy for people, and men know this. And actually, I think men are the ones that's emotional, and they lack empathy and sympathy. That's why they don't see an issue with what they do, because it's just not in them. Like it's really true. Oh, okay. It's really true when people talk about the heart of a woman, it's real. Like we just really have a lot of empathy and sympathy for people. And ultimately, when she was Miss Supervillain was talking about how she would want to marry an old white man, I just want to say this again. My granddad is white, and I just want to say, no matter what these men tell us, white men and other races of men love us. Okay, I was also military, and Russian men love us, Italian men love us. Every race of men really loves us. They may not say it, but they definitely be looking. I can't beat white men off of me with a stick. Okay, so that's all I want to say. And I just want to tell every brown girl in here, you're beautiful, you're loved, I loved you, and I have to go though. So thank you for having me.
No problem, Body. I appreciate you coming. I think this is the first time I had a chance to talk to you.
Yeah,
I hope I get a chance to talk to you again moving forward, sis.
yeah, for sure. I look forward to it. Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you later. Have a great day. Oh, you know what? Before I get to Coach T, I just want to tell y'all that while y'all was talking, I was looking up George Lopez, the comedian George Lopez. His wife had given him a kidney. She had already been with him for a long time. She gave him a kidney because he had polycystic kidney disease, which your kidneys get like a whole bunch of like cysts all over them, and it eventually impairs the working of your kidney. Well, soon as she gave him the kidney and I guess he healed up, he not only started cheating on her, cheated on her, and then abandoned her and just left her. according to like Google when I looked it up. So it was like, yeah, that was like he did her real dirty, super dirty. Let me go up here to Coach T, and then I'll go to T Scorpio. Hey, how you doing, Coach T?
I'm good. How are you doing? Good morning. I'm happy to see you live. I feel like I've been missing your lives unless you just haven't been live.
No,
Past.
I ain't been going live that much because I was busy. I had did like another staycation this last weekend, so I wasn't on there for a little while. But
Oh,
yeah,
good, good. I'm glad you was enjoying yourself and decompressing. I know these topics be real heavy, so I just be thinking about you, but I'm glad you're doing good.
thank you.
Um, I don't know if it's just me, but I can't see the prompt. You're not the biggest person. Can you?
Oh,
It's about. It might
sometimes
just
it
be
be
you.
doing
It
that.
always be me.
Sometimes it'll say like people can't see it, and I don't know why. But the prompt is just about Deion Sanders and you know how he's sick and stuff, and Carucci being by his bedside, and like women not younger women not sitting there being nursemaids to like older men because they would never do the same.
Yeah, I agree. Um,
I can't
I
see the
can't.
prompt either. I didn't know that's what it said. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it be doing that. Let me see if I
Yeah,
choose it
you.
again, it would go through.
Yeah, you're not the biggest person. What's her name? Body was like the main screen for me, so I couldn't see the prompt. But I had seen that people posting about that story, and I kind of had conflicted mixed. I had conflicted mixed feelings about it, but I don't know if anybody here remember when Deion Sanders had that reality show with his wife and his kids. I can't remember when that show came out, but I remember when I was younger, I used to watch it, and this re old men like to do this thing where they like to rebrand themselves. No, Trigger, we still can't. I still can't see it. You still like in a little box above me. But old men like to do this thing where they try to rebrand themselves as like Unc. I can't speak to what kind of dad he is. I mean, his kids are really good at National Football League now. And, you know, he's done great things for certain football programs in certain places. So I can't speak to like what kind of father football programs in certain places. So I can't speak to like what kind of father he is, but I can speak to how he has shown up in the public eye is Deion Sanders is prime time. Is he was zoot suits. He was wanted to be a rapper and flashy and pinky rings and you know like he had that kind of playboy type of image and now he's rebranding as you know a football mentor and a family guy with no wife, a family guy and you know taking care of his kids and you know he's falling on hard times and I'm just like pack it up like wrap this shit up like come on now stop playing around. I don't remember who mentioned it but like old men love doing this where they like to play their whole life and then all of a sudden they get sick and they want somebody by their side taking care of them. That's what a wife is for. That's why you put your time and you invest in having a real loving supportive relationship with one woman who you have invested your time and your love and your energy into and then she can sort of return that favor for you if she so chooses. But this is crazy, but the reason why I said I was conflicted because if you are going to date an older man, this is kind of the best old man to get with. His wee wee don't work no more, so he not gonna be like pressuring you to be trying to be all up under him and laid up with him. And everybody's drive is different when it comes to physical intimacy. So it might be perfect for Karuchi. She might be one of those people's who drive is just like, you know, I get it when I get it. And when I don't, I don't. So, you know, that it might work for her. But I personally would not be nursing no old man. I'm not going to nurse you and take care of you. I'll speak to, like I always speak to, is the daughter's point of view. As a daughter of a man who was a whoremonger, who ran around, ran through women, abused and discarded them, did not take care of his kids, didn't take care of none of his kids, barely take care of himself. Now all of a sudden you're getting old and decrepit and your life is falling apart. Now you want to be a dad. No. And that's something that Black women we can take into our personal lives from this situation is like you don't owe
anybody anything, especially not the men in your lives who have not been there for you or who haven't done anything for you, whether it's a brother, a cousin, your fathers, uncles, grandparents, any man. The men are always gonna come back. Any man, the men are always gonna come back wanting you to take care of them. And that daddy of yours, he's only popping back up because he's gotten bad news from the doctor and he needs somebody to take him to his appointments. And they're not going to be appreciative that you're sitting by their bedside. They are going to verbally, mentally, and emotionally abuse you. They're not going to stick to their care plans. They're going to stress you out about their health and their life when you don't even have to be bothered or deal with it. So this is one of those situations where Karuchi's situation, I don't know. I mean, she got her own money. Like, Karuchi be getting her own bag. She be doing all kinds of stuff. So she don't necessarily need his money. So I'm not sure what the motive is, but I definitely won't be sent by no bedside. I'll send you some flowers or a little bit of edible arrangement, boo. But yeah, I'll see you when you back up.
I mean, I definitely agree. I really do. Hopefully more women take heed to this, man, because it's ridiculous. And you made a great point of just saying that that's why you get a wife. You take the time to pour into her. It's like, like investing. You invested and now you're getting a return on your investment. You're in your a return on your investment with that woman, but you don't get to get the treatment without doing any type of investing. What does that look like? But it's sad because it's still goofy women willing to do it. Like, ugh. But anyway, let me go down here to T Scorpio. Hey, how you doing, T?
Hold on, Trigger. Hey, panel. This is how you know I'm a Trigger groupie because I ain't even see the topic. I just jumped on. Like, so it's cahoots. Yeah, I wish I could see the prompt, but if we're gonna go by this story, I'm not sure if is that his wife or they just dating.
They're just dating. Like Carucci,
Hmm.
because Carucci's with him right now, but no, they're just dating. And he was previously with Babyface's ex-wife, Tracy Edmonds. She was with him for 10 years and she was engaged for 4 of those 10 years.
Hmm.
And she took care of him when he was sick too. And she ended up leaving and she didn't say too much about it. She just said that he wasn't treating her the way that she needed to be treated. So now he trying to get with somebody that's 20 years younger because they was the same
Oh, of
age.
course. Of course, that's usually the case. That's usually the case. Not I don't want to make it anecdotal and I don't want to like sound biased. I don't think they age. I think this age gap is what I call a respectable age gap because she's past 35. And just like what Supervillain said, like if you a woman like that's approaching 40 or in your 40s, I feel like it's fair game because you know what you're doing. You already experienced the world. Your frontal lobe is already developed. You are a grown woman, at that point. But it's also the type of older dude you pick too. Because to me, it makes no sense to pick an older man that's toxic as hell. Like, that's even worse. Like, it's bad enough dudes our age is wilding out, but to get with an old man and he's still immature is such a turn off. Like Jim Jones, like he's such a turn off. Like he looks good for his age, but like he got his teeth, he got hair, still got hair, he's attractive, he's in shape, he seemed like he's in good health, but his mentality is so unattractive. I would never get with a, like, I'm already married, but you say like I wouldn't get with a dude like that. But like I said, maybe from my point of view, I'm a little bit biased because my husband is 54, I'm 37, and he seemed to be in good top health in my opinion. And would I take care of him when he gets older? Yeah, sure, because he's already taking care of me, and that's why like me and him got married because we want to live a good, happy, healthy life together. And if he gets that at that age, yeah, I'm gonna return the favor, because he's good to me. So of course, like out of being his wife and out of love, I'll be there for him to help him, to nurse him up and everything. And just like my girl Supervillain was telling everyone, like, please make the marriage advantageous as possible, because best believe if my old man don't croak on me, I got a few $1 million insurance policy, coming my way. I'm going to be an instant millionaire. So yes, I'm going to nurse him, take care of him, because if you don't make it, I'm going to be rich for the rest of my life, so, what I'm saying? So, um, I didn't find anything wrong with her standing by his bedside. The only thing is just that I'm like, well, you're not his wife, so you're not obligated to stay there. You're just his girlfriend. You don't have to. Like I said, it's not an obligation. So, he better do her the favor by marrying her. Yeah, she do got her own money, but I'm sure he has more money. He makes more money than her. So with that being said, it would be smart if she do marry him and at least benefit from the legal status of being his wife. If you standing by his bedside and he's in bad health, at least you'll get a nice check coming your way. I'm just saying, if you're gonna sit there and be there with an old man by his bedside, it got to be some type of, like, he got to promise you he's going to take care of you if he don't make it out the hospital, even in his unalivement. And speaking of unalive, girls, ladies, did y'all hear Ozzy Osbourne will for his wife? Did y'all
No.
Did
hear?
not spill that tea.
Girl, let me tell you something. Now, Ozzy Osbourne had done raised the standards high, even for dead motherfuckers. I'm telling you, because he wrote in his will that his wife is to receive a bouquet or dozens of roses every week after his passing. After his passing, it's in the will that she's gonna receive black roses every week. That's in his will.
Oh, how thoughtful.
That's so sweet.
I think that is ultimately sweet. I turned to, mines and said, huh. He's like, how the hell he made that happen? I said, I don't know, but you better look into that, because that's a beautiful gesture. He's giving her roses even in his death. I'm sorry, fellas. If a man that's 6 foot deep in the grave is still giving his wife flowers, is no excuse. And ladies, please remember that a man that's 6 feet deep in the ground, still giving his wife flowers, and if you with a man that's not giving you no flowers, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry for cursing, but that really blew my mind when I heard that. So that's just my
See,
take for now.
Scorpio, let me tell you something. Miss Chrissy, baby. Miss Chrissy, baby, said in the comments that after he choked that lady out, that's the least he can do. So why
He
she
was in the DV. Oh, I didn't know the
so
history. I don't know
yeah,
the history.
while you were talking, I went and looked it up, and it said that he did strangle her and he was arrested. Like he was like he almost, I guess, unalived her or whatever. He ended up getting arrested and stuff like that. So yeah, he was tripping. He was tripping.
I didn't know that it was in a DV situation. I just heard that and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that is so sweet. But yeah,
It's
that's the least he
true.
could do. That's the least he could do.
Not that
Leave
that's,
her.
and I don't want y'all to think I'm laughing at DV, because I don't think it's funny. I just think it was just crazy how T was talking about the flowers, and then Chrissy had talked about the choking and stuff like that. So it was just like kind of shocking, like to see the polar opposites of the situation. But no, I understand you didn't know T or whatever, but I was just saying, like, that was wild. But me personally, I don't understand how anybody could get with a man that's like a self-proclaimed like Satanist and into all of these like dark arts and all of this stuff, and expect that and also that he has like, a substance abuse and, alcohol issues, and not think that, you know what I'm saying, that he probably won't be on the type of time to like put his hands on I think all of that stuff goes hand in hand, in my opinion. It
Agree.
does. But you guys, I don't know what's going on with this live, y'all, or like why it's like like glitching and stuff, and y'all can't see the prompt or whatever. I have no idea. I think I probably end up ending the live and try to come back. I don't know what's going on. But I did want to respond to what T Scorpio was saying. I don't see anything wrong with like a woman, getting tricked on and caked on by a man. I don't. I don't see anything wrong with that. And like if you want to do that, you can do that. I do have a problem when women get with men that are like actually super disgusting, because I feel like when women do things like that, it makes those men feel as if they're better than what they are, you know? But the only thing I have an issue with Deion Sanders, because Deion Sanders' track record with women is terrible. He has a track record of using women for their emotional labor and pouring into him without giving them nothing back, without giving them nothing back. So I fear that that will be Karuchi's situation as well. I don't think that she gonna get like a whole lot of money out of him or anything like that. He is worth $60 million according to Google, and she's worth $2 million according to Google. So it's not like she's poor, but I don't think that, like the circumstances that T was talking about, I don't believe that those are present for her, if that makes sense at all. But yeah, y'all saying it's a glitch. I'm gonna let everybody speak before I get out of here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and end it. But I got another topic too. So I'll like try to come back in like 30 minutes, though, and I definitely will. But I don't know what's going on, y'all. I have no idea. Did you have anything to say? Yeah, I'll just start from the back from you
I was
and I'll
just
go up to the top. Go ahead, sis.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this is why I say it doesn't pay to stand by no man's bedside when he is sick, and look like he's about one sneeze away from meeting his maker, and he ain't gonna leave you nothing behind. I don't care. Bring a judge, bring a priest, get him married on his deathbed, because it makes no sense to sit up there and take care of this man. He's worth $60 million, and he's just gonna, like, I understand he got children, but you got to be a part of that too, because I'm sorry, standing by his bedside crying and holding his hands, giving him that encouragement and that comfort, which means a lot. And what, I talk to nurses and people in the medical field like supervillain, having somebody by your side while you going through that, it does do something to the body, because it's giving like your body motivation to live. And we all know as women, we bring life to men, and I feel like she should definitely benefit from it. Like, the least you could do is make sure for the rest of her life she doesn't, like, she's not going to struggle. She's going to be a millionaires all the way to her great 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 grandchildren are still going to be rich off of him, because that's, like I said, that's the least he can do. He won't be there, but at least you could, your unalivement don't stop nothing. I'm sorry, if you a man, you a millionaire, just because you croak, billionaire, whatever, just because you croak, that don't mean that your money still don't live on and still take care of people that's here on this planet. And that's the whole purpose of marriage, honestly speaking, is the security for the wife. If something happens to the husband, she is taken care of, so she don't have to go with anybody else, so she don't have to be with another man. You know what I'm saying? But I will always stress for women to have their own financial independence, absolutely. And like I said, he got to worship the ground you walk on, in order for me to stand by his bedside. Like my husband, like, he loves me to death. Like, he worshiped the ground I walk on. So of course, if I'm on his bedside, that's going to mean a lot to him. And plus, I know he's going to take care of me in his passing. So, if I'm sorry, ladies, if a man is not on that timing, it is no benefit to stand by his bedside if he ain't gonna make sure you're gonna be taken care of in his passing. Just like my girl Coach T up there said, like, you could say, oh, you can give him nice little text messages. Yeah, I hope surgery goes well for you. I keep you in my prayers, but you don't need to sit there, hold his hand, kiss him, let him feel the warmth of your body, looking at your beautiful face, touching on your skin, smiling at him, telling him you're going to make it, you're going to be fine, and he ain't going to take care of you when he passed. No, that's, no. That's all.
All right. I got you, T. All right, let's see. There was a lady that was in the request box, but sometimes I think, well, whatever this glitch is, like, people are requesting up. I don't know if they mean to. So I said I was gonna go from the bottom up. So I don't think she meant to request up. All right, let me go to Supervillain next, then Proud, then Wakanda, and then Coach T. Go ahead, Supervillain.
Thank you, Trig, and I hope you come back because this is definitely a setup. That has never happened before, and I've been on TikTok a long time. That's super weird. But anyway, I'm gonna digress really quickly to the again ending up with an old man. And that's Again, not advice for everyone. I specifically said I believe women older should be with older men. Deion Sanders, I feel like he's gonna live a long time, meaning more than 5 years. So he's definitely not the ideal man to do this with. I'm talking about somebody on their way out, right? You can make somebody very happy on their way out as an older woman. Definitely have those things in place. Do not be sitting there be a bedside nurse without any benefits. I can particularly do this. Again, I said I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for the last 10 years, and I've been celibate for a long time, so I have the patience built up already. Again, but my particular guy would be ED and a touch of memory loss. So y'all already know what that means. When you do this, you have to be strategic. I know it sounds bad, it sounds awful, but it's okay. It's men. When men are targeting women, they don't feel bad. So when it's our turn, we need to do what we need to do and make it advantageous. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean you got to beat the guy up like um, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. It just means you have to set up the best, advantageous situation that you can possible for yourself. If I gotta change a stoma, that's fine. I did that for free for young people, older people. I've done tricks. I've done G tubes. Like I can do that shit with my eyes closed, with my hands tied behind my back. So you just gotta make these situations advantageous. That's all. Thank you so much, Drake. Yo.
All right, no problem, no problem, sis. Let me go up here to Proud Black Women.
Hey, yeah, I agree with everything everybody's saying on here. I just want to say, you said you're coming. You said you're coming back.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna come back. Like I'm literally gonna go maybe for like 20 minutes to see what is going on, see if I can find out, and then I'll come back. And I got another topic too anyway. But
Okay,
I'll
cool.
come back. Yeah,
Okay,
for
yeah,
sure.
I'll definitely be back for the next topic. Y'all got me laughing over here. I love y'all. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
All right. Let me go up here to Wakanda and then Coach T. Like, cause I don't know why they hating on us, bro. Go ahead, Wakanda.
They're hating because this was their life plan and we're now exposing it. But the devil will be ashamed. Anyway, I can offer my services beside a man's bedside when he's sick for $39.99 per hour. I'll throw in a low cut top, okay, and the expensive perfume. I'll throw that in with a complimentary red lip, okay, and a little bit of thigh action for £50 an hour. But if you want the basic service, $39.99 is what you will get, right? But if you want the extra stuff, a bit of a fishnet stocking, show a bit of the old thigh and a bit of cleavage, yeah, mate, 50 quid an hour, yeah, and I can do that for you. But anything else, what I can do is I can put a request in on the prayer line and ask our Lord and Savior Jesus if he finds it in his grace to try and prolong your life. And I can recommend a couple Bible verses to you. That's all I can do. I can offer you sorrows and prayers. I land.
All right, the 39.99. Look, 39.99 per hour. I think that is a reasonable price. All right, I think that's very
Don't
reasonable.
forget that if you go up for the premium package, you can get a fishnet stocking, a flash of thigh, and a low cut top with a complimentary red lipstick.
Oh my goodness. All right, so y'all got to pay extra if y'all want that red lip and that thigh. All right, y'all got to pay extra for that. All right. Let me go up here to Coach T.
Period. Point blank. Make them pay like they weigh. And you said Deion worth 60 million? That's a whale, baby. That's a whale. Make them pay like he weigh. I hope that Carucci is getting at least what Gabriella got from Shannon. At least hopefully she getting 50K per cheek. Boo. Because yeah, that's a service. If you got 60 million, you can afford to hire a nurse, a doula, a CNA, a PCA, a care person, a personal companion, A cuddle buddy. Ain't that what the men keep saying? Why should we be in relationships? I could hire a chef, I could hire a housekeeper, I could hire a this, I could hire a that. Good. Do that. Because women, we are no longer offering y'all our labor for free. And so if there are any younger women listening, do not fall for the trap of building a life or building a man up or doing anything where you have to exert your energy and you are not getting your assurances up front. I don't even believe in getting a return on your investment. You have to get your assurances up front. Even as a wife, get your assurances up front. Like T Scorpio talks about having those prenup agreements in place. Get your assurances up front, because best believe a man can change his mind about you the second that he gets his release. They call it the post nut clarity. As soon as he gets his release, he'll change his mind. So make sure you get your assurances up front. Don't be sitting around waiting around and performing. Like what this gives for me with Karuchi, I don't know their relationship, I don't know them, but it gives performing and auditioning. She's auditioning for a spot. I'm not nobody girlfriend at 35, 40. I don't we cool peoples. We cool peoples until it's something else. You make me an offer that I just can't refuse. And being the girlfriend to a man who has to have his bladder removed, no. It's just not making sense. Maybe Karuchi knows something that we don't know, and I'm hoping that she do. But based off of her past relationship history with a certain Christopher Maurice Brown, I don't think she's all there. So I just hope that she's getting something, and that she's getting something sustainable and something that she can look to and that can bring her comfort when Deion changes his mind, because they always do. And so hopefully she'll find a good landing place. But young ladies, while she can find a good landing place because she's worth $2 million and she has access to certain resources, that man who you're going to put that car in your name for, or that man who you're going to help pay his child support, or that man who you're going to bail out, or that man who you're sending money through to on JPay, there's nothing that's going to be able to comfort you when he changes his mind and moves on to the next woman and discards you.
I definitely agree. I mean, like I said, I don't believe in giving men grace. I don't believe in helping men. I don't believe in doing anything for them, especially if you know they wouldn't do it for you. Now I will say with the caveat that he is doing something for you, just like Miss T Scorpio be saying, like some type of financial thing. But I really do believe that even that is like a case by case situation, because even in that, even if he's willing to like give you some type of money, I believe that some men don't deserve the grace period. They still don't deserve for you to be by their side, even if they were giving you some type of like financial, compensation or whatever. In my opinion, I don't know. I feel like disgusted by like men that have spent their whole life being man whores and using and abusing women, and then when they are like when they are down bad, then all of a sudden they want to come and try to get a woman and use women for their I don't know, something about that I just don't like. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna come back.
Hey,
And
wait. Please, can I say this? I had this pun that I wanted to say.
yeah, go ahead, sis.
I want to say that I hope he doesn't take the piss out of her when he gets better. Sorry, I have to do it. Do it.
Oh my goodness, Wakanda's been on the road today. I promise you. She's been on a freaking road today. She been cracking me up this whole morning. But yeah, you guys, okay, so I'm gonna get off here, and I wouldn't even get off here, but I'm gonna get off here because I don't know what's going on with the live feed. So I'm gonna see if I can look into it, and then I'll come back, and I have another topic, but the other topic may be controversial. So but I'll be back, y'all, okay? I promise. All right, I'll see y'all. Well, I'll be back. I'll be back quickly. So it's not even like I'll see y'all. I'll be back very quick. All right. Bye.